Dolphins fans, I am Will Scott. You are watching another edition of the Dolphins Today Mailbag. Thanks for tuning in. Want to tell you about a feature that YouTube has before we answer our first question. They have super thanks. You can donate outside of live shows. If you watch our live shows, you're probably familiar with super chatting. All you do is click the thanks icon to donate. We really appreciate your support. And if you super thanks, you will get a shout out on a future show. Luis, $10 super chat. We appreciate you, man. He's saying the draft is an A- grade because Bradley Chubb was your first-round pick, right? You trade that first-round pick to trade for Bradley Chubb. Second-round pick, Cam Smith. Third-round, Jalen Ramsey and Devon Achane. Fourth, Tyreek Hill. Fifth, Cedric Wilson. Sixth, Elijah Higgins. And seventh, Ryan Hayes. Pretty good way to put it, man. Pretty good way to sum it up, the Dolphins draft. And that certainly brings up the grade a little bit for me when I think about it like that. Snazzy saying, do you think the Fins defense will finish in the top 10 overall? Oh, absolutely. This is 100% a top 10 defense because you look at the moves the Dolphins have made to improve this defense. You have Jalen Ramsey now in this cornerback room. You have David Long and Malik Reed that you add to the inside linebacker core. And you hire Vic freaking Fangio to be your defensive coordinator. So 100%, this Dolphins defense is going to be a top 10 defense in the league. The franchise, what's up, man? Do the Jets worry you more than the Bills? No. The Jets are going to be good. They're going to be tough. They're going to be better than they were last year after adding Aaron Rodgers. But I still think they're the third best team in this division. Biggest opponent in the AFC East this season, or maybe you should say the AFC Beast. It is going to be the best division in football. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Who is the toughest opponent in the division this season? It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, go down, chime in. Who's going to be the biggest or toughest opponent, at least, in the AFC East? Maz, what's up? Do you think Chris Grier will be fired from being the general manager of the Dolphins if they don't do great this upcoming season? I don't think so. I think the moves Grier has made for the most part, at least outside the offensive line, have been really good. If they underachieve, I think Grier McDaniel are safe. But if they underachieve 2 straight seasons, then yeah, they might be in trouble. Chris, what's up? How many passing yards, touchdowns will Tua throw for this year? That's a good question. I'm going to say 3,800 passing yards and 30 touchdowns for Tua this year. I think we'd be pretty happy with those numbers from Tua Tagovailoa. Could be in the MVP race if that happens. Matthew Sams, how many wins to get in the playoffs? I think 10 gets you in. You made the playoffs last year with 9 wins. So I would say 10 wins this upcoming year gets you in. In my record prediction video, I actually had the Dolphins getting 12 wins this year. And I do think 12 wins is within reach. Yeah, you got to go on the road your first 2 games. But both of those games against LA and against New England are extremely winnable. If you win those games, you're off and running here. Matthew Sam. So we appreciate the question. I would say 10 wins gets you in definitely, but I think this team can win more than 12 games. John Ruiz saying, extend Christian Wilkins and Zach Seiler, and who should the Dolphins sign next? Can we put up our defensive line depth chart here? Because John Ruiz brings up a good point. You absolutely have to extend Christian Wilkins and Zach Seiler because when you look at this defensive line, Seiler and Wilkins and Davis, they're all going to be free agents after this upcoming season. So it's so important for you to lock those guys up long term. Both have been outstanding for you as football players. I absolutely believe that you need to extend Seiler and Wilkins. I do believe that a Wilkins extension is on the horizon. We've heard that for a while, though. So when is it going to happen? I'm not sure. And you also just don't have a lot of depth behind these guys. It's important for the Dolphins, I think, to sign another defensive lineman or 2 in free agency. Add some more depth at that position. Richard Decker, what's up? With Ogba healthy, can we not use Wilkins as a defensive tackle as well? I mean, Wilkins can be versatile. He can play inside, outside. I'm comfortable with him anywhere on that defensive line. But yeah, Agba, I appreciate you saying that, Rich, because we did learn earlier this week that Emmanuel Agba is back to 100%, which is great news for this Dolphins team. Go pick up your Tyreek Hill jersey before the season. Chatsports.com/Tyreek. That is the link right there. Go and pick up a Tyreek Hill number 10 jersey. Go support Cheetah by getting his jersey on sale right now at chatsports.com/Tyreek. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. JC, what's up? You think Jones is better than Elliott at safety? Elliott's stats when healthier, 90-plus tackles and a big hitter. Yeah, I do think Brandon Jones is going to be the number 2 safety. DeShon Elliott's great, though. It would have been tough to find a better number 3 safety than DeShon Elliott. So I'm excited about Elliott, but I think Brandon Jones is going to be your number 2 safety this year. But we'll see. Hanky Fins, what's up? Who is a surprise player we could add once we get the Byron Jones money? That's a good question. I would say somebody on the defensive line. I'll say Frank Clark. What if the Dolphins go off for Frank Clark like a 1-year, $8 or $9, $10 million deal? Bring him in. That would be awesome. I mean, he's still a great player. He's not going to be cheap, but he's still out there and available. Might take a team-friendly deal to join a contender like Miami. Name a player the Dolphins should sign in free agency. Go down in the comments section. Let me know. Again, they get $14 million on June 1 when the Byron Jones post-June 1 cut designation goes through. But go down in the comments section. Let me know which player should the Dolphins sign in free agency. I still expect them to make some more moves. The 1-inch window, what's up? Who wins the punter battle? It's going to be Jake Bailey against Michael Turk. Jake Bailey made the Pro Bowl 2 years ago. But last year, he was last in the league in yards per punt. So I think it's going to be Michael Turk, a hang time, as they like to call him. Going to try to get him on the show soon. Stay tuned, but I think Michael Turk wins that punter battle. Matthew Sams, thanks for the question. How much will we need to pay Wilkins to extend him? My projection was 4 years, $72 million. That might be a little bit high, might be closer to like $68 million, but I think it's going to be high 60s, early 70s in terms of millions of dollars over 4 years. Lorenzo Charles, $10 super chat. What's up? With all that speed at wide receiver and running back, is it safe to say the Fins will use play action for the majority of their passes? Mike McDaniel, man, I trust what he's going to do as a play caller. I do think they're going to run a lot of play action again. They did that last year, but that's a good point. You got a lot of speed at wide receiver. You got some of the fastest running backs in the league with Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert. Play action certainly going to be something they utilize with Tua Tagovailoa. Coach AJ, I saw Dalvin at the gym yesterday. He looks good. Is he a Dolphin? We'll see. I think it's a possibility. But we do know that Dalvin Cook has been working out in Miami. He's not been present at Vikings workouts. Very interesting. Subscribe for Dolphins news and rumors. We bring you year-round coverage of the Dolphins. So if you want to stay in the loop with the Fins, be sure to subscribe to our channel for the best Dolphins coverage on YouTube. We bring you daily Dolphins content.